Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Thursday, 30th of March. I am running a slight cold, but it's nothing very serious. And I decided to still do a podcast because yesterday I was talking about MICE sustainable events, and I wanted the momentum to carry on. So this morning might sound a bit sniffy, but please allow me to do this podcast anyway. You may be familiar, or at least slightly so, with sustainable events. We all understand that the events industry is a very big industry. It is an industry where people come and meet. People meet for conferences, exhibitions. We have festivals, we have seminars. So it's really a very big industry, which sometimes also gets called the MICE industry or the MICE sector. And if you're in tourism and hospitality, this acronym MICE should sound familiar. It stands for meetings, incentives, conventions, and exhibitions. In front of me right now as I'm speaking is my laptop, and I'm looking at the Singapore guidelines, sustainable events guidelines for Singapore, which the Singapore Tourism Board produced about 9 years ago in 2014 or 2013. And there are so many things that sustainable events look at. From quite basic things like using less paper during registration of the delegates, to communicating sustainability programs and plans to your employees and your suppliers, to using environmentally friendly products, materials, which of course looks at things that your suppliers supply you. One very interesting and important part of sustainable events, we look at water. We look at things like we look at things like water. We look at the usage or the consumption of water in events, which is a very big thing. We look at the equipment and the technology that you use during events, whether they are energy saving or not so. So energy and water form two important part of this whole pillar, this whole thing called green events or sustainable events. So we are concerned about how sustainable or how responsible our events are, mainly and simply for the idea that we have so many events in the country. In most countries these days, there's so many events going on in the destination in 1 year. There will be a lot of resources that are used. And if we don't take proper charge of how we do things, we could end up in a situation where we will be seen as abusing these resources, be it water, land, energy, human resources, materials, and so on. So responsible MICE or sustainable MICE, we look at things like how we prevent or reduce pollution, how we do the different and important things to ensure that pollution doesn't happen, or if it does happen, it is very, very minimal. We do different things to ensure that the communities in the local area doesn't suffer from pollution, that does not experience things like water scarcity. So sustainable mines or responsible mines, maybe 20, 30 years ago used to be a very alien term to most of us. In this day and age, is and should be something that we are used to, that we should be used to. If the tourism and hospitality industry is to play an important role in being responsible, events and mines will also have a very critical role that they have to play. So that's all. I thank you for tuning into this podcast. I hope this call of mine is just for today. And I wish you a good week and a good weekend. That the weekend is coming soon. So, see you again sometime in the next few weeks. Bye-bye.